Well, so here I find myself again with a bit of REN. So, just turn off the ear dampeners. These great. Anyway, this song's been out a month. This is REN with High REN. And at first, when I came across my screen, when I first saw it, I didn't look at it. I went straight to somebody else. I can't remember why. I've seen that many reactions to High REN. I thought, okay, who is this guy? So did a little bit of googly search and then went and found, I think it was Chalk Outlines with Chinchilla, which was beautiful and amazing, and I've got to go and find some of her. Anyway, why a month? Well, as I've said in the Jenny reaction which I made, and then Violet and Screech's Tale, which was phenomenal. Thank you everybody for all your kind words and comments, and those who watched it. Please subscribe. I want to get to a sense of what I'm listening to. Is there a background I should know? I know there is. And I just don't have that energy to dive into something, and I should sometimes when it's absolutely super current. And maybe I would have a channel that's got 20,000 people on it. But I work, I enjoy other forms of music. I want to relax into it, so here I am. This is a 9-minute and 19 song. So I've got my pen. I've got my earphones. I hope I've got you. Yeah, I'll keep the stoppages down to a minimum where I can. But as always, I say to you guys, 99% of what I do is at the end of the video. So stick with me till the end, guys. Don't just leave. If you're bored, I've not deserved your attention, then I've got to get better. But if you're not bored, stay with me till the end. Anyway, here we go. Fascinating intro. I've seen this before. As I said, he's a beautiful guitar player. I've got a little bit of knowledge of guitars. Guitar players, let me know. Seems like it's a lot of ads. There's a lot feels diminished. It's playing in the triads. It's that drop D's playing in. Then you get that sort of quasi-operatic tone, but it kind of reminds me, because it's referred to as bardcore, and he referred to himself as that way. If you think about town criers in the UK, especially in London as well, they will ring the bell, the music, then they'll oh yay, so that's the music to draw attention, and the oh yay to bring you in, so something significant is happening. That's what this makes me think of. He's introduced a beautiful tone, beautiful guitar, then his voice. He set the scene, so it's, have I got your attention? Because I wanted it. You've got it, Ren. Yeah, let me know what you think, guys. Town criers. I don't know if they're unique to our country or they're everywhere in the world, just in different versions.
Hi there, Ren, it's been a little while. Did you miss me? You thought you buried me, didn't you? Risky, cause I always come back. Deep down you know that, deep down you know I'm always in periphery. Ren, are you pleased to see me? It's been weeks since we spoke, bro, I know you need me. You're the sheep, I'm the shepherd, not your place to lead me. Not your place to be biting off the hand that feeds me. Hi, Ren, I've been taking some time to be distant. I've been taking some time to be still. I've been taking some time to be by myself since my therapist told me I'm ill. And I've been making some progress lately, and I've learned some new coping skills. So I haven't really needed you much, man. I think we need to just step back and chill. Ren, you sound more insane than I do. You think that those doctors are really there to guide you? Been through this a million times. Your civilian mind is so perfect at always being lied to. Okay, take another pill, boy. Drown yourself in the sound of white noise. Follow this 10-step program, rejoice. All your problems will be gone. Fucking dumb boy. Nah, mate, this time is different, man. Trust me. I feel like things might be falling in place, and my music's been kinda doing bits too. Like I actually might do something great. And when I'm gone, maybe I'll be remembered for doing something special with myself. That's why I don't think that we should talk, man. Cause when you're with me, it never seems to help. You think that you can amputate me? I am you, you are me, you are I am we are one. Split in two, that makes one, so you see. You gotta kill you if you wanna kill me. I'm not leftover dinner, I'm not scraps on the side. Oh, your music is thriving, delusional guy. Where's your top 10 hit? Where's your interview with Oprah? Where are your Grammys, Ren? Nowhere. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, he's speaking from two parts of his own awareness. And for me, that's the id. The id is, hi there, Ren. It's been a little while. That's the desire to your base needs. That's the whole drive to keep you indulging in what the id needs, your base humanity. The second voice, that's the ego. And this is all from Jung. This is all from Freud and Erickson. And I'm probably talking out my proverbial. But he's having a conversation there with himself, with his id and his ego. And the ego is that which tries to control the id. And it's fascinating because the ego in itself is it's more him. It's his voice. It's how he approaches it. He looks startled by his ego. But it's fascinating, isn't it? I've been taking some time to be distant. I've been taking some time to be still. I've been taking some time to be by myself since my therapist told me I'm ill. I know his background. He's talked about this before on his own posts because I subscribe to his channel. But it's fascinating. So this is an educated or very aware person of the psychoanalytical world, the psychological world, and that is definitely the opening to this song for me. Let's carry on. I'll try to keep the interruptions low because it's fascinating. Yeah.
But my music's not commercial like that. I never chase numbers, statistics or stats. I never write hooks for the radio, they never even play me, so why would I concern myself with that? But my music is really connecting, and the people who find it respect it.
Ego.
And for me that's enough, cause this life's been tough, so it gives me a purpose I can rest in. Man, you sound so pretentious. Ren, your music is so self-centered. No one wants to hear another song about how much you hate yourself. Trust me. You should be so lucky, having me inside you to guide you, remind you to manage expectations, provide you perspective. That thing you neglected, I get it. You wanna be a big deal, next Jimi Hendrix, forget it. Man, it's not like that. Man, it's just like that. I'm inside you, you twat. No, it's not, man, you're wrong. When I write, I belong. Let me break the fourth wall by acknowledging this song. Ren sits down, has a stroke of genius. He wants to write a song that was not done previous. A battle with his subconscious, Eminem did it. Played on guitar, Plan B did it. Man, you're not original, you criminal rip-off artist. The pinnacle of your success is stealing other people's material. Ren, mate, we've heard it all before. She sells seashells on the seashore. Fuck you, I don't need you, I don't need to hear this. Cause I'm fine by myself, I'm a genius. And I will be great, and I will make waves. And I'll shake up the whole world beneath us. That's right, speak your truth, your fucking god complex leaks out of you. It's refreshing to actually hear you say it instead of downplay it. Music is all about the creative process, and if people can find something to relate to within that, then that's just a bonus. Fuck you, I'ma fucking kill you, Ren. Well, fucking kill me then, let's fucking have you, Ren. I'ma do it, watch me prove it. Who are you to down my music? Cause I call the shots, I choose if you die. Yeah, I call the shots and so I choose who survives. I'll tie you up in...
He's brilliant. He's brilliant from a literary perspective. and the way he's put this together. I don't know enough about the sort of, it looks like rapping, but he's keeping timing on his guitar, he's keeping timing on the cadence of his voice, the inflections, they're all met by the guitar. That's stunning. Just, I don't know enough about that, and I'm sure there's plenty of channels out there that are breaking this down from that perspective. It's definitely not just id and ego. He's broaching into how that overspills into everything, into his reactions, his physiology, which they would do. Gonna sneeze. Into his physiological responses and his actions and how he lives his life daily. And I suppose if you put that, it's all past tense. My therapist told me I've been ill. So is this a reflection on where he was and where's he taking us next? Because I'm fascinated.
Newsflash! I was created at the dawn of creation. I am temptation. I am the snake in Eden. I am the reason for treason, beheading all kings. I am sin, with no rhyme or reason. Son of the morning, Lucifer, Antichrist, father of lies. Mephistopheles, truth in a blender, deceitful pretender, the banished avenger, the righteous surrender. When standing in front of my solar eclipse, my name is stitched to your lips. So you see, I won't bow to the will of a mortal, feeble and normal. You wanna kill me? I'm eternal immortal. I live in every decision that catalyzes chaos, that causes division. I live inside death, the beginning of ends. I am you, you are me, I am you, friend.
Oh wow, okay. So that was the emergence for me, because it's just newsflashes. I was created at the dawn of creation, original sin. I am the snake in Eden. I think that was the snake coming out into the world. I am the reason for treason, beheading all kings. I am sin with no rhyme or reason, son of the morning star, Lucifer. Antichrist, father of lies, Mephistopheles. Now, Mephistopheles is a character from the German playwright Faust, which deals with Mephistopheles wanted to do a deal with Faust, a pact for Lucifer, and it's a really complex play, and I don't know enough. So he's introducing both, I think, a Judeo-Christian view, along with a literal translation of sin into plays. So he's mixing art and creation, which he's done with his song, and it's fascinating. Fascinating. Yeah. Too much to try and give everything. I can only observe what I'm seeing, and my little brain may not even work fast enough. Let me pull that back a bit.
Truth in a blender, deceitful pretender, the banished avenger, the righteous surrender. When standing in front of my solar eclipse, my name is stitched to your lips. So you see, I won't bow to the will of a mortal, feeble and normal. You wanna kill me? I'm eternal immortal. I live in every decision that catalyzes chaos, that causes division. I live inside death, the beginning of ends. I am you, you are me, I am you, friend. Hi, REN. I've been taking some time to be distant. I've been taking some time to be still. I've been taking some time to be by myself, and I've spent half my life ill. But just as sure as the tide starts turning, just as sure as the night has dawned, just as sure as the rainfall soon runs dry when you stand in an eye of a storm. I was made to be tested and twisted. I was made to be broken and beat. I was made by his hand, it's all part of his plan that I stand on my own 2 feet. And you know me, my will is eternal. And you know me, you've met me before. Face to face with a beast, I will rise from the east and I'll settle on the ocean floor. And I go by many names also. Some people know me as hope. Some people know me as the voice that you hear when you loosen the noose on the rope. And you know how I know that I'll prosper? Cause I stand here beside you today. I have stood in the flames that cremated my brain, and I didn't once flinch or shake. So So coward the man I've become when I sing from the top of my lungs, that I won't retire, I'll stand in your fire, inspire that me to be strong. And when I am...
He's changed the song. He's gone completely into ego, his presenting self. You know? I was made to be tested and twisted. I was making to be broken and beat. And you know me, my will is eternal. He's invoking spiritualism, Judeo-Christian values. He's thrown, and I didn't once flinch or shake. Ferocious persistence. I need to go back a bit to know where that to see where that comes.
Also, some people know me as hope. Some people know me as the voice that you hear when you loosen the noose on the rope. And you know how I know that I'll prosper? Cause I stand here beside you today. I have stood in the flames that cremated my brain, and I didn't once flinch or shake. So coward the man I've become when I sing from the top of my lungs, that I won't retire, I'll stand in your fire, inspire that me to be strong. And when I am gone I will rise in the music that I left behind. Ferocious, persistent, immortal like you, we're a climate to different sides.
He's a playwright, he's an actor, he's a musician, he's talented. And what's snapping into place is he's set the scene for the introduction of the battle that he's had with himself. He's set the scene for the struggles he's had with managing his own anxieties, his insecurities, his illness, which I know was Lyme's, and it'll have compounded by psychosis. Because he talks about that way, it's Lyme disease. This isn't new. It's new. It's new in the context of this song because he's broadening it out. And I don't want to talk about mental health and the battles. It's simply what he's presenting to him and what you take away with it, what I'm getting from it. And if you agree with me that resonates, it will, because it will. I can't be that assured. But certainly, 5, nearly 6 million views, something's resonating. But he's laying it out like a landscape portraiture. You've got to look into it and look right across the perspective of this story. So for me, it was the id and the ego, the battle, the conflict. Then he's brought into that spirituality, the Judeo-Christian values, but also others, Eastern. He brings it in. It's not specific, but he definitely heads down that path. Then, as he gets out of the wheelchair, and I noticed the wheelchair had LD on it. Now, I don't know what that means. I don't know whether that was just random. Why LD on the back of the wheelchair, guys? Have a look. But anyway, so it's the whole cinematography is awesome, but I'm not a movie maker. The flickering lights, the interchange between the anxiety and the calmness, and it's giving you something there, but it's drawing you in all the time. So he's told a story, he's laid it out. It's coming towards the end now because we're at 7:26. He's putting his guitar down, so that must be the end of the music, but there's more to this story because it's his. But is it also yours? Because he gives you a story and allows you to think about it. And you attach whatever it means for you, and that's why it's resonating with people. What it means to me, it might not mean to you. But from looking at the song and thinking about it and hearing it, and from my own knowledge and studies I've had at Jung and Nietzsche and Erickson and Lacan and the postmodernist Foucault and Derrida and all that nonsense. I've read those. I'm not a student of those, but I've read them. So he's presenting this overall picture of lots of different things, but the same thing. It's the battle he has with himself, the illnesses he's suffered from, the difficulty he's had with these, when you translate it into real world actions, his own insecurities, his own fallibilities, his own self-doubt, the procrastination, the deliberation, the lack of belief in your own ability. You can attach that to anyone's life. It's stunning. And then he's putting the guitar down because he's told you he was meant to be, he understands he was meant to be twisted and beaten and torn and challenged, and it was all part of the plan. Whose plan? And from a Judeo-Christian perspective, it would be God's plan. But it's fascinating. I mean, probably someone out there is going to probably write some sort of mini thesis on this guy. It deserves it. It deserves a real high-end exploration of where he draws from, what he's feeling in that moment. Because this is just one example. With chalk outlines, he's a beautiful singer. That's his singing voice. He showed you when he stood up and moved away from the chair, he'd left those shackles behind. Now, has he won? I don't know. But he was moving on. He was still saying, I know that battle, it exists, but I've got to keep moving forward in my own belief of me. It's fascinating. Let's see what he's got to say and we'll wrap it up, because you could talk for 3 hours.
When I was 17 years old, I shouted out into an empty room, into a blank canvas, that I would defeat the forces of evil. And for the next 10 years of my life, I suffered the consequences, with autoimmunity, illness, and psychosis. As I got older, I realized there were no real winners and there were no real losers in psychological warfare, but there were victims and there were students. It wasn't David versus Goliath. It was a pendulum, eternally swaying from the dark to the light. And the more intensely that the light shone, the darker the shadow it cast. It was never really a battle for me to win. It was an eternal dance. And like a dance, the more rigid I became, the harder it got. The more I cursed my clumsy footsteps, the more I struggled. So I got older, and I learned to relax, and I learned to soften, and that dance got easier. It is this eternal dance that separates human beings from angels, from demons, from gods. And I must not forget, we must not forget, that we are human beings.
Absolutely stunning. I'll try and sum this up in a minute or two, just what it makes me think of. And you can put that into any aspect of anyone's life out there. And I'm sure there's millions of you, or hundreds of thousands of you, and individuals and groups who've been touched by elements of what he sings about and what he presents. All of it, I don't know. I don't know your struggles. I don't want to just talk about mine or his. He's telling you a story for you to take it away and recognize it and share it and be aware of it. That the human condition is it's just frail. It can be broken. It can be twisted and beaten. It can be tested to the limits where you won't know if you'll cope or not. And if you do get to the point where you're not sure you can carry on, there is a way back. That's what he's talking about, his way back, what he leaned into. And he makes it quite clear. It's this eternal wall that separates human beings from angels, demons, and God. So it's the human condition in the present. But he gives you so much to think about. Because he's talking about a meta-narrative. He's talking about Judeo-Christian values. He's talking about failed, treatments that he's been on, the condition he's lived through, his music, his own imposter syndrome, if you like. It's all in there, and you can pick it apart. But essentially, it's a story that he walks you through from, and he sums it up at the end. At 17, this happened. I've spent half of his life being ill, which he says in the song. And in that time, he's learned so much through introspection and challenging himself and learning to overcome that anxiety. I'm sure some therapy would help, but trusting himself and belief in human beings and himself as an individual to not go to his basic human nature instinct to end things, to begin things, to succumb to that desire, whether it's desire to terminate a life but more the self-awareness to move forward with a life and react with it and live with it and be in that moment. It's fascinating. And that's all I've got from it. But there's so much going on in my head. But it would be pointless it would be boring for me and for you to listen to me waffle on about breaking each paragraph down. I'm not good enough. There are plenty of guys out there who will be, I'm sure. Or try at least. That was just my little corner of Ren's World. Share the song. Comment. Tell me what you think. Until next time, guys, take care.